forgot I had black on this brush. Oh my god. Alright, so welcome back to my channel, you guys. I want to go ahead and do my all drugstore makeup tutorial. I know on my channel I always use high-end products, and I want to go ahead and take it back a notch. And also, this makeup look wasn't meant to be a Valentine's Day makeup look, but it kind of turned out that way with the cranberry and pinks and all that good stuff. So if you want to go ahead and use it for that, you definitely can. But if you guys want to go ahead and see how I got this look, go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, you guys, so I'm low-key nervous because when it comes to drugstore, I mostly use a lot of high-end products and I know what works for my skin. I do love some drugstore stuff, but I haven't done a full face in such a long time. So crossing my fingers, it turns out okay. So first things first is the eyes, and I'm taking the colored Raine Gingerbread eyeshadow right here. You guys know I always put this in my crease because I need a neutral brown color. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this and just run it in my crease. And I do think colored Raine is in Target now. I've heard that, or it's in Ulta, one of those stores. So if you're looking for some shadows, definitely go ahead and check it out there. Alright, so moving on to the Jaclyn Hill palette. Honestly, you guys, I don't know what we used before this palette because I don't use anything else. And also let me know down below if I should get the James Charles palette, because that palette, I think I want to get it, but I don't know if it's that good. So let me know down below. But in the crease, I'm going to go ahead with this shade right here. It's a very nice orangey shade. And I think I'm going to mix it with this one right over here. So mix these two together. And if I'm honest with you guys, I really don't know what look I'm going for. I think I want a very nice burgundy shade, but I'm just kind of winging it at this point. So next, I'm going to take Jack's right here, and it's a very nice like cranberry shade. It is so pretty, but be careful because it is so pigmented at the same time. And then I'm just going to pack the shade in the outer corner of my eyes. I'm just packing the color on, and then once I'm done, I'm just going to blend it into the crease. And then I'm going back in with the yellow and the orange that I used before, and I'm blending right on top because I kind of lost those colors while I was blending, and I'm just going to bring it back in. So at first I want to go in with a shimmer on the eyes, but I kind of want to keep it natural. So what I'm going to do is go in with the shade right here. It's a very nice soft matte shade. And to get the best pigment when it comes to matte shadows, what I do is I go ahead and pat it on the eyes. I don't rub or anything like that. So what I do is I just pat, and y'all can tell a lot of pigment is already coming out. Now moving on to lashes, I do have the Miss 3D Volume lashes, and these are sold at the beauty supply stores, and they're only $3, you guys. $3 freaking, which is so cheap. And even though they're silk lashes, it really doesn't matter to me because they're not shiny at all. But I'm not sure which one I should put on my eyes. So I decided on the M121 lashes, and while that is drying, I'm going to apply some mascara onto my lashes first. And it really doesn't matter if you do it before or after, but for me, I do it before because I don't want to get too much mascara on my lashes. And I'm also using the Wet n Wild MegaWear mascara. So while I'm waiting, I think I want to add some black to my lash line just to make it a little bit smoky. I don't know if I should do that, but I'm going to go for it, you guys. I think I like it. You guys, I think I love these lashes on the eyes. Like, they're so wispy and spaced out. Like, I'm obsessed. But moving on to primer, I do have the Rimmel mattifying primer. And y'all, funny story, y'all know I just did my primer versus no primer video, and I was so mad because I've been spending like $100, $110 on primers, and I went back to this OG drugstore primer, and why does it work better than the high-end primers? Because with this, you guys, I honestly don't get oily at all. Like, I'm so matte towards the end of the day. I'm just like, wow. And this is only $5. It's so cheap. It's in the drugstore, and the other ones are like $56, $54. Like, I'm never spending that much again, you guys. So if you're looking for a good drugstore primer, I highly recommend this one right here. Like, look how smooth my face looks, you guys. Like, literally, this primer mattifies your face. It smooths it. It's pore minimizing and hydrates your skin. Like, it does everything at once, and it's only $5 freaking. Now for foundation, I've been using the Maybelline Superstay foundation in the shade Coconuts. This is my favorite foundation when it comes to drugstore, hands down. Like, it does everything I want in a foundation. It matches me perfectly, first of all. That's the first thing I do want to mention. It matches my skin tone perfectly, but also it controls my shine, and I don't get as oily with this foundation at all. The only thing I do want to say is it kind of oxidizes towards the end of the day. Like, it looks a little bit orange on me, so that's one thing I do want to mention. But besides that, you guys, like, I have been loving this foundation all month. And I'm using my Sonia Kashuk sponge to blend this all out. Like, when I said drugstore, y'all, I meant drugstore, okay? Even my sponge is drugstore, but I really do love this sponge because it blends everything really, really fast onto the skin. But look at the foundation, like, it looks so good on my skin. And has anyone tried the Wet n Wild foundation stick? Because I'm really intrigued to see how they work on the skin. And also the Milani foundation came out too. So if you've tried that, please let me know down below because I really want to try them out. But when it comes to foundation sticks, I don't know what it is, but with oily skin, I get a little bit too oily. But if those are good, please, please let me know down below. Okay, so now I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Dark Cocoa to contour. And y'all, like, obviously, this is not as dark as I thought. Like, it's just not as dark. I was doing it off camera at first to see if it was dark, and it's not dark at all. But I'm still going to make it work. So now I'm taking my e.l.f. foundation blurring brush just to buff everything into my skin. And obviously, it's not that dark. I'm not sure exactly what it's doing, but I see a little something in the viewfinder. Looks like it's contouring my skin more than bronzing, so it's doing a little something. So far the skin is looking really, really good so far. Like, in my opinion, I think it looks really good. Now, moving on to concealer. I am so excited for this one. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer in the shade Honey. I think that's what it's called. Honey. It looks just like the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Like, they look very, very similar. And I did try the foundation, which I do like. But the shade that I got was a little bit too dark for me, so I don't have that foundation right now. I ordered the lighter shade, so hopefully that comes in soon. But let's try this out on the skin and see what it looks like. So it kind of has a scent to it. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it does have a scent in there. But this is what the shade looks like on my skin. I think the shade is perfect because it's not too yellow or too golden. It's like a very nice neutral concealer on my skin. So let me blend out really quickly because I'm not sure if this dries on the skin fast, but I'm just so excited to see what it looks like on my skin because I've been waiting for so long to try this concealer out. And so far, it is blending really nicely into my skin. Like, I just knew I was going to like this concealer, but I'm just, like, really shocked because I didn't think it would look this good on my skin. Like, y'all, like, I love the Fenty concealer, but when it comes to drugstore, this one is looking pretty good so far. Oh! Oh my god. Oh my god. I forgot I had black on this brush. Oh my god. So if you guys don't understand what happened, I was trying to blend out the color in the crease and I forgot I had black all over this brush and I lost my mind. But moving back to concealer, you guys, I will say this is probably the best concealer I have tried so far. Granted, I haven't worn it all day, but first impressions, it looks so smooth on the skin. So I love my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. That is my favorite one, but this one, y'all, like, it's really, really good. So to set my under eyes, I'm taking my Milani Translucent Banana Powder. You guys know I love this stuff. And when it comes to drugstore, it is very hard to find a good yellow setting powder for dark skin. And this one is just absolutely beautiful. So I'm first going to press it into my skin and then I'll bake on top. And then I'm just going to brush this off really quickly. I'm not baking that long today just because it's cold outside and I really don't get oily like that when it's cold, but usually I bake for like 20 minutes or so. So for bronzer, I'm taking my Maybelline City bronzer right here in the shade Dark 300. Now, somebody did mention it doesn't look that dark on me. Like, it doesn't really give me a bronze, but I still use it because it does a little bit of something. So I'm first going to apply this on my face. I'm going to go in with my CoverGirl Queen Collection bronzer in Ebony Bronze. Like, y'all see what I mean? It adds a little bit of something onto the skin. Like, it's not anything crazy, but y'all can tell, like, my skin got a little bit darker with this. So they definitely need more shades, of course. Like, I always say that for every company that doesn't have dark shades, they need more shades, of course, because this is not going to cut it. And then right on top, I'm going in with the CoverGirl Queen Collection bronzer. Now to set the face, I'm taking the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade Coconut. This shade actually looks a little bit ashy. I don't know, because this is what coconut looks like, and this is a powder, so I don't know. So I'm just taking a very small amount because I don't want my face to look ashy at all. I'm just gonna set everywhere else that I didn't set. And to set my face, I'm taking the Milani Make It Last setting spray. Y'all, this just shoots at you. Like, it doesn't have a fine mist. So moving back to the eyes, I'm going to take this shade right here next to Jack's and just run it underneath the eyes. I don't want to do too much because my lips are going to be bold, so I don't want like too much color going on. But this will definitely be like a soft color underneath the eye. Now to add a little bit of color to my cheeks, I'm taking my Shea Moisture blush in the shade Sand. And I haven't seen this in the stores as of lately, so I don't know if they sell it anymore. But this reminds me of MAC Raisin. They're very, very similar. So I'm just taking my Real Techniques brush. I'm just going to add a little bit of this to my cheeks. Now for a highlight, I'm taking my Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter in the shade Golden Flower Crown. This is such an OG product. They do have a new one that's very like gold and deep. I may pick that up a little bit later, but for now I am loving this shade. So I'm just adding a little bit of this to my nose and on my cheeks. And last but not least is my lips. I'm taking my NYX lip liner in the shade Plum and my Ulta matte lip cream in the shade Starin'. Alright, so this is a completed look, and I actually do like how it turned out. I didn't think it was going to turn out like this, but I'm actually pretty happy. So I do hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Don't forget to like, subscribe on your way out. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one.